Welcome to the Hot Tag Report, where the action is fierce, the takes are hotter, and we tag in on everything happening in the square circle. From backstage rumors to in-ring showdowns, we've got your weekly dose of suplexes, storylines, and surprises. So lace up your boots and step between the ropes. It's time to talk wrestling. Okay, I've been watching wrestling since I was in eighth grade, um, so I feel like I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to wrestling. So that's why I wanted to start a podcast talking about wrestling.
I watched wrestling since the Attitude Era, so I'm pretty much telling my age. And I love old school wrestling, so I love like learning about like the history of wrestling. So I'm more the historian of the group, and like I'll tell you all your fun facts.
I started watching wrestling when I was about 5 with my brother and my grandma, and she put me on the Jerry the King Lawler. And then I found out what he be doing in his part time, and I was like, "Grandma, why you put me onto this?" But uh, I love wrestling, more specifically women's wrestling. I don't feel like it gets pushed enough, so I be digging deep off into my women's wrestling history bag.
Raw started on Netflix this week. Super duper excited about it. The show was amazing. I thought they did really good. I thought they were going to go a little bit over time, but they did really good. It felt like everything flowed together. I felt the budget of Netflix. You can definitely tell
It
that
was
Netflix
giving
got extra
WrestleMania
money.
vibes.
Right, it really did. I feel like Netflix has this money to do what they want to do about
Yes.
anything. So, um, all the celebrities were in the house of it, even though some of the commentators didn't know what their names were. We're not even Pat, I love you, but no babes. Um, but it was really nice to see all the celebrities that even showed up for it that you don't even think like wrestling. They were in the house for it. But started off really strong with everything. Um, I was a little confused about Roman and Solo starting off, but then it made sense because they weren't technically on Raw. So it made sense for them not to be the main event. So them opening the
Mhm.
show, great match, just opened the show. I was super hyped about the show. Crowd was very much into it. It felt really good getting to close the chapter on it, even though I feel like it opened up more.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely did. It definitely opened up more because I feel like Roman is done with it, but I don't feel like Solo's done with it. I don't feel like he's
He's
just gonna be
not.
like definitely not. I don't feel like he's just gonna be that's it. He beat me and that's over. But so happy that he got his Ula follow back.
It was a real good match. I liked it. It flowed well, and we'll see if he recognizes him as the tribal chief now. See, we'll throw up that one.
I don't see Solo throwing up the one. I mean, he had thrown it up before, so like I don't see why he wouldn't do it now. But I guess him losing to Cody back in Mania meant like, no, I can't do this with you no more. But
So is Jacob not gonna love Solo anymore? Is he gonna start screaming "I love Roman" now, or what's gonna go on?
no,
Because he was really in
See,
love with Solo.
no, because he didn't say it Friday night. He did not say it Friday night. He came
oh, I
out and
didn't.
did what he
Oh
was
no.
doing and saying what he was saying. He says it any other week. Solo not even when Solo not there. But
Mhm.
he did not say it Friday night. So the story may be over with Roman, but on Solo count, it's not over with. Cause Solo gonna come back Friday and be like, "Hey, you don't love me no more? Cause I didn't hear you say it."
Right. Like where's your loyalty? Just trying to make sure we still good here.
I see Jacob versus Solo at Mania.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think that if anybody gonna stay loyal to Solo, it's gonna be
Tonga Tonga
no,
and
no,
Tonga
no.
Loa.
It's gonna be Tonga Loa. But I feel like Tonga is gonna be the one that ventures on his own first because he has more over with the crowd, especially with his yeah. The crowd love. They look forward to it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
won
yeah,
the
yeah,
crowd.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He's won the crowd over so genuinely with that on his own. So I feel like it's gonna be great if for him to do it on his own. Because like right now, all you know for right now is the bloodline. So like
Mm-hmm.
if people aren't watching you outside of this, they don't know what you can do. So it was really good. And then at the end, The Rock comes out and he um acknowledges him as let's back up. Kevin coming out and hitting Roman threw me off because I'm like, what are you doing?
Because he just hates the bloodline for all what they put him through for like 2 years straight. Like they bullied him.
But Solo was part of that as well. So why did you only pick on Roman? So
Because
like,
Roman was the leader. He was the
it
leader of
don't
all
matter
Yeah.
that.
if everybody jumping me. I will smoke with everybody that jumped me. I'm not just gonna pick one person out of everybody that jumped me. The leader.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
jump everybody that I'm gonna get my league back from everybody that hit
Oh,
me.
there's gonna be some furniture moving up in that joint.
Right. So he
And
didn't.
some feet shuffling.
He didn't do that with anybody. So yeah, I definitely think that threw me off. But yeah, seeing The Rock come out and put acknowledging him as the tribal chief, that was confusing to me because I'm like, oh, they're gonna start ramping up Roman Rock for whatever
At the
storyline
Rumble,
is
they
going on.
will.
You think so?
Yeah, at the Rumble, they have to. And I can see Roman and Rock at Mania. And I can
I
see Kevin Owens and Cody at Mania. And Kevin taking the title.
okay, I can see that. Okay, well, thought it went really good. I thought I'd give it an overall, I thought it was a 5-star match. Just me. Storytelling and action in the match, I think it went really well.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I also feel like it should not have been first though.
okay.
There
Should have
was
been
too
a main event.
much. Yes, there was. That match had the crowd hype, and by the time you got to the main event, everybody was just like, "It's time to go. I'm tired."
Yeah.
Like the energy was low. So I do agree. The match was great. It should have been last though.
They were doing kind of what they do at SummerSlam, where they start you off with a banger. But if you're gonna start me off with a banger, each match after me has to be a banger to keep the energy to
You
the
had
main event.
to. You had to kind
No,
of.
because you have to keep the
You had to
crowd
flow
here.
Give
it.
us that high energy at the top. Kind of keep a steady pace in the middle. And I need
I
to
don't.
end with something as equally as great as the beginning
I don't feel
match.
like it ended with something as big as the.
But not every match is gonna be great. Even in a PLE, not every match is great. We have like great matches, like bangers at the beginning. Okay, that one was good. That was straight. Okay, it's coming back good, and then oh my god.
I think it should. If the opening match is gonna be like that, the ending match has to be as good, if not better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So moving on, we have of course Rhea and Liv for the women's title. I was satisfied with the ending of all this. I have been tired of the whole
It was a confusing match.
revenge tour thing. Um,
I like the storyline. It
I
was
think
decent.
I think their banter has been great, but it's also has dragged on longer than it
They
needed
have
to.
good chemistry. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
I think thought everything looked great. I think everything was perfect with this match. And then I understand where your confusion come from with, you know, Dom putting the belt in the ring, and we're like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "No, you're not doing that." And then they get the chair put in, and then it's, you know, oh, also Liz kicked out of a Riptide,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
she's never done.
They
So
try to make Liv look
Strong.
stronger than what she really is.
mhm,
It took what they said 3 riptides
yeah, because she hit her with
for
two.
Rhea to pin her.
Yeah, because she hit her with that one, she kicked out, and then she at the end she hit her with two riptides to be sure she's down.
So you're telling me Big Mommy Rhea got to hit 3 riptides on Itty Bitty Liv? I love me some Liv Morgan. I got geeked when we saw her at the airport that one time. I love
Yeah,
me some geek. I love me some Liv Morgan, but this storyline has
yeah.
like overdone her for me. She
I,
overcooked.
and it. showed me it's almost like it was when I was frustrated with Roman at the time, where it's every match that you're in, you're losing. I mean, you're winning by interference, but the ref don't see it. So like you can't fairly win a match. And to me, that doesn't, in my eyes, that doesn't make you a true champion. If you can't go out here and have a match and beat somebody clean, you're not a real champion to me.
Now, I'll say the only clean match that I witnessed Liv Morgan in during her title reign is with Io Sky at Saturday Night Main Event. She did not have any interference in that match, but that match was so short. It was so short. But
And
Liv beat her clean.
and for one, it's once out of a what over a year title reign that we've seen once.
Yeah.
If not, you got Dominic in your business. Don't piss me off. Then you got,
The
you
perfect
know,
mullet.
we're at
No.
Bad Blood, and then all of a sudden, here come
Aiden.
Raquel, and I'm like, Raquel, you're like, I understand
The
y'all,
big chola.
y'all are besties, but what's going on, girl?
But you and Rhea
Uh-huh.
used to be besties too.
Right,
So now y'all just two hating ass bitches together, hating on
right.
Rhea.
For what reason?
Why you hating on me?
Right, because
Uh,
that's how I feel. It's like, what what reason? Like, what have you gained from being her, backbone? What did you get out of that? You literally got nothing from backing up Leah. Absolutely nothing. Same
So
with
now I feel
Dom.
like they're gonna come after the tag titles though.
Hmm.
But
I,
that's gonna be a wash.
I think Raquel should turn on Liv.
I mean, I don't see them being friends much longer
Judgment
because
Day
there's,
finna break up.
I'm all for it, and I think it's also going to be uh Finn who breaks it up.
Mm-hmm.
Finn has that same off stare that he had before he turned on Damien.
He looked crazy that
So,
night.
like when he stares off into space, he started doing it because right now, what is holding Judgment Day together?
Nothing.
There's no titles in it now, so none of y'all have anything to hold y'all together because that was what was holding y'all together. Because even Liv was like, "I still have my belt. What do y'all have?" Literally, there's nothing now because what
Mm-mm.
can y'all get from it? So I can see that. Sorry, Miss
I feel
Money.
like Finn would stay with JD though. Finn and JD. I don't
JD,
feel like Finn and JD are
I
gonna
hired him.
split, but the rest of them,
I,
Carlito
I
and
think Carlito was just there for shits and gigs. Like, what are you there? What
He's
are you
just a
there
Carlito
for?
that to
comedy
play the
relief.
PS5.
Literally, the only reason that he there.
He's just the comedy relief of the whole group.
He literally is.
That's
Like
it.
half the time, I'm like, what are you doing?
He just be standing there, say one funny line, and everybody's like, "What?"
Um, Next up, we're gonna talk about. Oh, we can say, shout out to Undertaker coming back, giving mommy her credit at
The
the end
Roll,
of
evil,
it.
roll, roll.
I was so hyped to
the
see him on
evil.
the. I love seeing American Badass Undertaker. My favorite Undertaker, besides obviously OG Undertaker. But seeing him come out to give her credit, and then obviously by Rhea's reaction, she didn't know he was gonna be there either.
I'm kind of,
Yeah.
Because she was super excited. She like let me shine my belt up for him. When he come
like,
out
hold on.
here, that's literally what she was doing. She was wiping it off. Um, then I'm sorry. Hulk Hogan getting booed was the most embarrassing thing.
That that shit made national news.
That
I'm
is
talking
so
they was talking about
embarrassing.
that on the news.
You thought you were gonna first off, him walking out. I don't know if he got what Forrest Gump had, but I'm like, does his knees not work or what? Like I don't know what's going on. It's like he got shin splints or something. I don't know.
You know he has messed up knees and a messed
I
up
don't
back.
I
You know
don't know what's going
he's done
on.
like over like 15 back
I know I
surgeries
didn't, but did you see
because of
him
the
walk
leg
out?
slaps.
Like
He's
him walking
old
out.
and fragile.
No, him
He like
walking
he was about
out.
to fall over.
He looked like he couldn't bend his knees, so
He
it looked like he was walking like he had braces on.
he forgot to put his WD-40 on his limbs.
Obviously, did he need to,
He rubbed that real American beer on his joints before he came out.
and that's why he was stiff. It was rusty.
Jimmy Hart was like, What the
I
heck I get myself
bad for
into?
Jimmy Hart that he had to stand there and wave this flag where you can't even get your promos out, where the fans are booing you, where it sounds like they're in the back trying to turn up your mic so we can hear your promo, and we still can't hear your promo. They're booing before your as
And
soon as
I
your music hit, they were booing.
I bet you Triple H just was like Parliament, like Jesus Christ,
no,
man.
because
Like
Friday night they
why?
played that shit back, and they had to put cheers over it.
Don't lie to us. We always it was live.
We watched
We
that
heard it.
live.
I'm a real American.
No,
I think it's still
Man,
disrespectful because this man
it's not
is
disrespectful.
but he's
No,
history in
but
wrestling.
this is the
He
thing.
held down wrestling in the 70s and 80s when wrestling still was kind of like mid and people
Okay,
were into it, but he made it mainstream.
your legacy has nothing to do with your actions.
Yeah, the
You
actors
did
were horrible, but
exactly. Your actions have tarnished your legacy. That's how it is
hmm
with him.
yeah,
You have done so much that you can't clear that out by just pulling the legend thing. And then also, you are in the most liberal state in the U.S. and you thought you was going to go out there and do that. That is the bluest of blue states.
and the
And you
only
tell
reason
everybody.
Undertaker got a pass is because we actually like that man.
And Undertaker didn't open his mouth. Undertaker said, "Let me ride
Mm-mm.
my bike, and I'ma shut up."
let
And
me
that's what
just
he
do my
did.
just
They
do
didn't
my
say
little
nothing. He
thing.
rolled his bike and shut his mouth.
He just
It's like you can't forget
no,
about all the stuff he did back in the past. Can't forget what he did to Jesse Ventura. You can't forget what he did with the girl who he found out was black and kicked her off his beer thing. You can't forget about how many times he done used the hard ER. You can't forget about any of those things, and that's just a little bit. That's not even all of the things that he's done. How many times he's pushed his creative control thing? How many his things
way too
times has
many.
he said that ain't gonna work for me, brother? He's done that multiple times.
Yeah, but
So
they gave him that power, so
yeah,
he
but
abused
also,
it.
but okay, just because somebody gives you a power doesn't mean you have
Sorry, that's me.
what is it in Spider? What is it with
Great.
power?
With great
With
power
great
comes
power,
Now
great
it's great.
responsibility.
Yeah.
exactly. He had that.
Shout out Uncle Ben.
So he had the power, but that didn't mean he had to abuse it. If I'm a hero and I know I got power, I ain't over here blowing up schools and stuff because I got a power. That made me a villain.
But
He was a villain who has a legacy. That just happened to be what he tarnished his own legacy. So you don't get the respect because you're a legend. That's just the same as respect me because I'm an elder. You don't get the respect just because you're here. And he's lost all that.
that's
But
crazy because
Hmm
what he donated and gave to wrestling in the 70s and 80s now doesn't mean jack squat because now what he did in the 2000s and 2010s is about his albatross.
yeah,
It's his burden to carry for the rest of his
and he
life.
had
And even
to.
after he dies, that's what people are going to know him for. They're going to know him for what he did with the hard ER and how he abused his power and blah 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 compared to what he gave in the 70s and 80s,
Right.
bringing wrestling to mainstream.
But you also have to understand that how many people are watching wrestling now that were alive in the 70s and 80s. Not everybody was alive. Like, I understand you, but like, you got to think about the newer generation of people who watch
Yeah, yeah,
wrestling.
yeah. I
I
get
hmm
it.
wasn't alive in the 80s. He was wrestling when I was a kid, like when I was a kid, but like, seasonally. He
Hmm.
wasn't fully in there doing it. So like to me,
hmm
I didn't grow up watching that. So like you didn't have an impact.
Real
You didn't have
American.
an impact on my view as a wrestling fan. So like you don't get to come in and then be what I see now. You doing all these things, and I'm just like, but it's Hulk Hogan. No,
Nah.
the only person I let slide on anything they do is Stone Cold, and Stone Cold can get away with anything with me. And
So he
See,
could say the hard ER and
no,
get with it.
no.
I did.
Stone Cold wouldn't do that. I think Stone Cold rock with us. I know he rock with us.
yes.
I would. The way he rock his chain, I know he rock with us.
That little
The way
chain,
he
that
beat up,
chain and that hoop earring.
I know he rock with us. The way he beat up his boss, I know he rock with us.
Yes.
That's everybody's dream.
My dream is gonna work and
I
beat
Beat
up
up
also
their
the
feel
boss.
like
yeah.
Hulk is that legend that they're obligated to keep
And
around.
it's just
And they
like what
like
it's just like Matt said, is that you've done so much that like we have to give you
Like
this.
we gotta keep you because if we don't, we not gonna get this deal.
Yeah,
So
Right.
the thing I
you
don't
gotta be
like,
here.
the thing I don't like about Hogan is he does stuff for himself and for
Hmm.
money. Like everything he did in that promo was for him. It
Yeah.
wasn't to uplift a new up and
Because I'm
coming
definitely not
wrestler.
your tag
He
team
never,
partner.
he never uplifted. Like anytime it's time for him to put over a younger wrestler, he
He don't want
refused
to
to
do
do
it.
it because of his ego was too big.
He even said, like, to me, there's no way I could spit this line out if I knew this is how the fans felt about me saying the greatest tag team partner I ever had was the WWE fans. And I'm like, listen to them. They don't think so. They don't
They
agree
if
with
they
you.
had tomatoes, they would throw them at you.
Literally. Literally. They would have been throwing, boo,
If
tomato.
somebody was selling
Tomato,
tomatoes,
tomato.
if somebody was selling tomatoes, they would have made $1 million that night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that SpongeBob episode. Just with that be pity, but
Then, now we moved on to Jay and Drew. First off, Jay coming out with Travis.
And Travis, you had
Uh,
that medicinal. Was that medicinal in your hand?
but it's legal in California, so
I mean,
WWE
you
did
had
not
that joint in
know.
your hand, boy.
WWE did not know he was going to do that though. They had no
Netflix
clue he was
knew.
going to pull that stuff.
she said Netflix movie, yeah. Uh,
Like I bet you they
I
were like, Triple H was like, "What is he? Come on, man!
Right back there,
Play
gorilla with
with
them
me.
headphones on.
Like,
I'm
play with me."
so happy to have Pat back. Pat up on the table, and it's
Yes.
Michael saying, "You know what? To hell with it," and get up on the table with him. I love Michael and Pat together. My favorite commentary team besides JR and King. The them
Jerry.
together were good. But
Or JR and Paul Heyman. I like those two too.
Jay, I love, Pat brings a different energy to the commentating, and
Yes.
him and Michael bounce off each other so well, and they mesh
Mm-hmm.
so well together, and I love it. Um, that being said, Michael, I need you to go to classes to get on beat, baby.
Because
Because
that man took a picture of his watch. Talk about something. It looks like you fail.
he
No,
said,
he was at the.
And he needs to learn how to give that too. He
yeah,
needs to learn how, like, he needs to come on, man.
Pat, look,
Get him out a couple brothers.
Jimmy, look, Jay and Jimmy need
Get
to
a couple
take him to
brothers
a
around you.
cookout.
they said, Pat
Get him
said,
out a couple brothers, man. At least one or two brothers around you.
Pat said, you got to hit the beat, Michael.
Hang around Farouk or somebody, like somebody who can teach you.
But I thought that match was really good. I thought their match was a little slow at times,
Mm-hmm.
but I still thought it was an
Mm-hmm.
overall good match. I did not think they were going to let Jay have that match. I did not think at all. I thought they were going to let Drew plow through Jay.
The
And
way it
I was
finished, it looked like Drew was supposed to win. Maybe
when he pinned him and he rolled, Jay was gone. Jay was at the top of the ramp before Drew
the
even rolled
bell
over.
even rang.
I'm like,
He was like, "Let me get out of here because I don't need Shorty to turn around and do nothing with me. I ain't got no problem with it." But I thought the match was really good. My boy, I believe he got hit with a claymore and he still kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he got hit with a claymore, I'm like, yeah, time to wrap it up. But he do them kick ups that you hate when Drew doing kick ups.
I'm just scared he'll tear a quad one day doing that. You got to be careful doing those
Drew's
because his quads like jiggle when he does it. It makes me nervous.
Drew's seem a little bit different than when Bianca and the women do it because I feel like he kind of rocks back more with it and then does it and like I can see
Mm-hmm.
him blowing the quad in it, so like I can see that happening. But I just thought they were gonna make it seem like Drew go through him, stuff like that. Um, but I thought it was an okay match. I thought it felt filler to me. I didn't feel like that
Yeah.
was a match that needed to be. It wasn't long, so I felt like it was perfect for a filler match. Cena, coming doing his first farewell promo in the new in this season. Yeah,
John Cena
I love the
son.
blue. This is the what is it?
His
Last
shirt
time.
is so nice. The
The last,
farewell
Mm.
tour.
yeah, I think it's a perfect promo, like leaving shirt. Like get your merch, do your
Mm-hmm.
thing. So I think it's a great shirt to for him to, it's sad to see him go, but I also respect the fact that he doesn't want to do this just to get a championship because he even said, "I don't see that happening." He wants to
And
use
just
his
because
time.
he said it,
Yeah, doesn't mean that
still
that's not gonna happen.
they
But
gonna give him the belt.
I just want to see him
if
put some good younger talent over. That's all I want to see him do. I want to see him put younger talent,
yeah,
and like I want to see him put Seth over, maybe Drew over.
Then he
I,
shouldn't have get into that Royal Rumble.
I think it'd be nice to see. But I see we can use that as the opportunity to have see skills being placed. Like so, instead of having multiple matches, we can have John Cena in a match now with people we would never see him in a match with.
Yeah,
You know, Angel Garza never been. He would never been in a match with Cena. Like anybody.
from the bloodline.
Yeah, who would have thought they'd be? I mean, Solo obviously.
Jacob against
Oh,
Cena.
Like,
any standoff with Jacob, I need to see.
listen, we'll get to our predictions, like future wrestling predictions. We can talk about dream matches and stuff down at that part. But I got some. I think I got a bunch of dream matches, and half of them include Jacob. So like,
So
we
you
can get
dream
to that.
about Jacob?
I don't dream about Jacob. I just dream
I
that would be a
dream about
nightmare.
Jacob. I
Jacob's a scary man.
love you, Jacob.
Jacob is a scary man.
Jacob, whenever you want to see me, come see me.
I'm gonna be in the closet hiding.
And I'm be on the bed. Hey.
I think it's bittersweet because now that's another chapter closing in what I would get my generation of wrestling. I would say,
Yeah, because
like,
most
Hmm.
of my generation are gone.
yeah,
Everybody's gone from my generation, pretty
except
much.
for what Edge is still technically wrestling. The
Yeah,
Hardys are still
Over.
technically wrestling.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Christian,
Like that. If what's that 4 or 5 guys out
yeah.
of the whole time that we've been watching wrestling, like now Cena is a big name in that group who is now like, I'm done. This is me. This is my last year. I'm gonna give y'all all of me for the next year. So
Hmm.
it's bittersweet, but I'm looking forward to seeing what he's gonna do.
And the only person next to go is Randy. He's like one
We're
of the
not
oldest.
gonna talk about that.
When it's time for him to go and him to retire,
Yeah, I do agree. Like Matt's more of attitude era. We're more of ruthless aggression era.
Mhm.
So all of our people are more so getting ready to hang their boots up. So
And and it's
I
and
ain't
it's
gonna cap. I used to be a hardcore John Cena girly. I had the t-shirts. I had the signs. He was on my wallpaper. But as I got
I
older,
was
I got
like that though.
wiser.
I wasn't a John Cena girly. I was a Randy girly. Still am a Randy girly to this day. To the wheels
Nah,
fall
John
off.
Cena was my man back in the day, honey. You could tell me
Even when
nothing.
even when Randy was punting people in the head, I was still giving him passes. They was making him
It's
mad.
okay, Randy. They
It's
just
okay,
didn't
Randy.
understand you.
You know how they're like, look at me, Randy. It's okay. Look at me. That's me to the screen. So like, Randy, it's okay. You ain't gotta do
I
all this.
get it. I get it, dude.
See,
I understand why you're upset.
I was raised as a John Cena girl, but as I got older, I was like, maybe Randy is more my guy. Cause we
Listen,
relate.
I get Randy
I'm
though. I
not
would talk
forgetting
to
Randy.
people in the head.
You just wanna RKO somebody, but then Stone Cold is my guy. So like Randy does the same thing that Stone Cold was doing. He just don't talk. But there's been times where Stone Cold would come out, not say nothing, stun you, leave. Randy come out, I'm
Yeah.
RKing you, I'm not saying nothing. Boom, go. So I'm like, it's the same thing.
But he has voices in his head though.
Look, cuckoo for cocoa. And that's okay. That's
Don't we
perfect.
all?
We do. Final match of the night, we had, Steph and CM.
Look
CM
in
Punk.
my eye. What do you
I think
see?
I would have rather
That
had.
voice I'm passing.
I think I would have rather had Rhea and Liv close the show.
I'm
Yeah.
mad that Seth Seth should have went over.
Hmm.
CM Punk going over makes no sense. But I just want you to know, Seth just did a an interview with Chris Van Vliet, and he said that the stuff that he said in his promo is stuff that he's been wanting to say for a long time to him. So a lot
I
of that
know.
stuff came from the heart,
I
straight from the
know
corazon.
I know there had to be some stuff that you. I don't know why. What I got to do with this? That's like when 50 Cent said, what he say fuck 50 for? Like, AJ at home, like, what the hell did I do that you
AJ
bring me
sitting at
into?
home reading her comic books, minding her business. You
I'm
brought
like,
the
what?
queen into this.
Why am I getting brought into it? I didn't even do nothing. I have nothing to do with your promos. Like, so I can see, like, since that there was a lot of bad stuff that he wanted to say. Um,
Cause he really went in on him.
I do agree with Steph's sentiment of, I've been carrying this while you left us. I've been carrying this since you left, which Steph has, even when
He was a
Steph
heel.
was
He
a
was a
heel,
baby face. He been carrying it.
Steph still carried us through a lot of things in wrestling. Steph, has had moments where I didn't mess with Steph. When Steph cashed in on
Mhm.
Roman, was pissed off.
The
When Steph was part of the
authority.
authority, pissed
Authority.
me off. When he turned on the Shield, I was pissed off. But like even still, it was good story. It was good
Mhm.
story, and like he go his growth from Shield Seth to now for Seth freaking Rollins has been great. His
Yes.
growth has been great. And like he tells CM Punk while you were gone, I've been hitting mania after mania after mania after mania, championship after championship. What have you been doing?
You've been at another company talking shit.
Talking mess about us. So like you that's like you breaking up with me,
Then
but you still talking about
and
me.
then caused controversy at
Like what
that company,
what
and
is
then
it
got
you
kicked
say?
out.
What why you still talking about me like we together?
Why you still what you say? What she say? Why you still talking about me like we together?
Yeah, that's how it was. Like you're in a whole nother company. Why are we still on your mind? So like that's how it was. Like even with you leaving the company, you still got something to say. But let's talk about in your pipe bomb how you said even with Vince gone, we leave the show in the hands of his stupid
It's
son,
goofy.
his
It's
goofy son-in-law and his daughter. But the goofy son-in-law and the daughter is doing the damn thing.
they are the best bookers right now
Like they are
in
doing the damn
wrestling.
thing. So sidebar, Sean doing the damn thing on NXT too.
Boy,
Yes.
I don't know who put DX in charge, but I'm here for it. I'm here
Sean be
for it.
sending them folks out searching across the globe.
Because if anybody gonna find anybody, it's gonna be Mark Henry. That
And
boy
don't let you be a little petite thick thing. Cause they gonna
Mark
sniff you
Henry
out.
works harder than the devil. Mark Henry out here to scout. He scout like he's scouting for the NBA. Like he out here getting them people.
You
But
CrossFit? Let's go.
let's go over here. You
You
can
play
lift your truck.
volleyball?
Come on, let's go. You don't need to be modeling. Come over here. Like no. But
You need to find me. Hurry up and look for me, bruh.
I
I want
think
to be in
what
WWE.
I think what
You better go to every gym in the world.
I think
Yeah.
what CM Punk doesn't like about Seth is that even though your name is so big, CM Punk, they still gonna sing my song. Even when they gonna sing your intro. They gonna sing my song during my intro. But even when I'm just standing in the ring, hands out, they still gonna keep singing for me. Even though
And
them
it's gonna
your
be
fans too.
loud.
They ain't gonna shut up. They gonna sit here and ride for me because they understand that in the locker room, you don't be over for everybody else. Ain't nobody really mess with you like that.
And Seth is more of a locker room leader. Like I can bet he's more of a locker room leader on Raw.
Mm,
But I can agree that I don't think that CM Punk should have won that match.
No,
right. I feel like
it
he only lost because it's building up. They're gonna have a probably little face to face at Royal Rumble. I think they're waiting to
for
put Seth
Mania,
over for Mania.
and it's gonna be a big match.
Hmm.
I mean, like Hell in a Cell or something like that. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
I
would
think
like a death match. Like
right.
let's do a Japanese death match. And
I think
let's see what
also
happens.
what upset me about the match was Steph hit a GTS. Steph hit not Tombstone, a pedigree to have hit a curb stomp. None of them put you down, but you hit me with a curb stomp, and I was able to get back up. But then you hit me with two GTSs, and I'm out. So tell me how I do all this and you get me, but I do it to you and it's nothing. You're this unbeatable, but you lose to a Claymore. So I'm a little confused.
I don't know.
It's
So
just
that
I just feel like it's booking. They're trying to make everybody look. They're trying to make each competitor look strong, but we as fans know that's not the case.
because that's my thing. If you're gonna do something, make it make sense. Just like whenever y'all decide to bring Jay back, make it make sense. I need to know whatever you gonna tell me who attacked Jade. I need it to make sense. That's it. That's all.
Because y'all taking this Bianca did it and running with it. Okay, cool. She let's hypothetically say she attacked Jade. Cool.
It's Naomi.
Let's say Naomi did it.
She
Why?
did it. She
Tell
can
me, give me
tell.
a reason.
Like when they talk about it,
No,
her,
no, no,
her
no.
face and body language changes. That only happens when you're guilty of doing
Okay,
something. And
but
also,
Okay,
what
but
reason?
when
she
Jade
said
comes
it
back and she's like Naomi, Bianca, XYZ, Billy Bo Bob, why did you put your hands on me? Why you slam me into that car like I was a video game character?
because
I
she
need them to. It
she
needed to make
wanted
sense
Bailey. She wanted Bailey to be in the hell in this in the what was it
War games.
in the War Games match and not Jade.
But
Because
Bailey was
Bailey
already
is close to Naomi, so she wanted
no, you're
that. So
right.
they had to get rid of Jade. Jade was the factor they had to get rid
But
of.
this is my thing. Why pick I'm just talking about because it was it 5-on-5?
Yeah,
So Rhea was in it.
yeah.
But this is my thing. I'm sorry if Bailey needs to be in it. I'm taking Naomi out because Jade is one of the strongest people. Why would I take a strong person out?
Because
If
she's
I,
never done it before. It's not her forte. She's still kind of green when it comes to
okay,
wrestling.
but neither
You
did
can
anybody on
tell.
the other side either.
But you can tell she's like the greenest person. Like she's the newest person. You can tell how
But
she is in the
also
ring.
Naomi ain't never done it.
But Naomi has experience as a wrestler. Jade is still getting used to the
No,
wrestling.
I don't think that. I don't see that. But that's just
We'll see.
you can have it. I just know they better not sit here and tell me it's Bianca because it don't make sense. You can't sit here and tell me that Bianca had time to get dressed, go do all that, come out, go through 3 intros because it was a triple threat match, right?
Yeah.
Let that happen. Halfway through the match, they found it. First off, your staffing is trash. If you have that long, that means that y'all don't have no security walking this building. Anybody could have snuck in at this point.
That kid though didn't get hurt like badly or like a
She could have been dead.
fatality.
She could have been dead back there if y'all telling me it's Bianca. No, there ain't no way you sit here and tell me it's Bianca and make it make sense. Because the thing also is, if it was Bianca, what reason would Bianca have to do it? It ain't because
and that's your tag team partner. Y'all got the belts.
when you want to exalt the women's tag team, that makes no sense for you to take it from Jade.
And Naomi probably wanted the tag team title too because they were a threesome.
But also, this is my thing. Yes, I love Naomi down bad. If I'm finna be in a match, I'm a I'm gonna take Big J, who finna plow through these girls, who has shown that she can be in these matches and plow through these girls over Naomi. And but I love Naomi down. I love you down. But still, no. I don't think it's gonna be one of them. I don't think it's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be Charlotte. Charlotte hiddenly did it. She was because they did that little standoff when she was in Adam's office. Was that Adam or Nick?
That was
Yeah.
Adam when he was still at Smackdown.
They were when they came in the office and they both stared down at each other. Yeah, we'll see. That's what it gave. I'll see you when I see you. That's the vibe it gave. I don't want them to let Jay come back until Royal Rumble. Don't want to hear a peep. I don't want to hear nothing. Let her come back at Royal Rumble, and then it's oh my goodness, Jay's back.
Yeah.
Let
So
it happen like that.
I think that's what they're trying to do. Excuse me. I was reading some stuff the other day and they were saying she just wrapped up training and they were wanting her to come back yesterday at Friday Night Smackdown, which I thought was gonna happen, but I feel like she would get a bigger pop at Royal Rumble. I don't
Yeah.
see her
Yeah.
winning Royal Rumble,
No,
but I do see her possibly coming back like that next Monday or Friday and be like revealing who attacked her.
I don't care
Yeah.
who
And
wins the
then
win.
that leads into a WrestleMania type build up.
I
It'll
don't
be
care who.
interesting if it's Bianca,
I don't think
but
so.
I just want to let you know. I don't
Charlotte
care
coming
who
back at the
wins.
Rumble.
I'm gonna be like Bianca. B.
I don't
Hey,
care
what
who
you
wins
doing?
the women's rumble because it's Tippy time, and also he is holding the Raw title. So either one, I don't want to see either of them lose the title anytime soon.
Zoom in on my face.
It's Tippy time.
No.
So
Take the
I
watch
don't
off.
know
It's
who.
Tiffy
I don't care
time.
who. I don't care who wins the women's because the right people right now are holding down the titles. And I don't want them to switch right
I
now.
don't see her holding the title that long.
She's not going to be a
I
transitional
think she is.
champion.
I definitely
Nah.
think she is.
She's gonna drop that title to Charlotte.
That's
I'll
what
be
I said.
so
And
upset.
that's literally what I
I
was.
am going to cry if that happens
We'll
because
get you. I'll get
She's
you.
gonna hold it, but
it's Tippy
I
time.
think that's another WrestleMania match because that's a dream match that everybody wants to see for some reason.
I
Tiffany
don't know
and
why because
Charlotte.
their skill sets are not the same. Their skill sets
I ain't
are
gonna lie,
not
I miss me
like.
some Charlotte, man.
Listen, she been gone for a while, and then this is the thing. She know because when I say the girl get on my nerves, when she be gone, I be like, dang, what's Charlotte at? And
Yes,
When Charlotte come back good, like when she came back, not this
the
war game,
last
the last
time.
war games, I was hyped to see Charlotte. I was hyped to see her in the war game.
Yes.
I was hyped to see her. They
I don't
know.
really feel
I think they've gotten
like
to the
that
point
about her.
where now to transition Charlotte in and out. They
Yeah,
transition her
because
out before fans get tired of her, and then bring her
mhm.
back. So it's not. They know when to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I need what's her husband name?
Andrade?
Andrade.
Push my boy. Stop playing with him. I love Andrade.
Because
Damn.
those matches
Really.
between him and Carmelo, those slapped every
Him
time.
and my boy Ilya. Don't even get me
I just
started on
like
it.
watching Andrade wrestle.
I like seeing Andrade, Carmelo, Ilya. All three of them. They can bring back the cruiserweight. I'll take cruiserweight. Not even the 205. I want it to be cruiserweight. That's what I like. Bring back the cruiserweight one. Let them do their high flying stuff. Let them do it. I'll take it.
You
But
hear us, Hunter?
you hear me. But I thought the show it could have been. I think it should have closed with a different match. Don't think it should have been that. And then he on the post show asking about damn donuts. So
Oh.
CM Punk was asking about damn donuts on the post show. So I'm like, no, Seth. I think Seth deserved that win, but I can see it being pushed for something further down the line. So I'm okay with that. I give Raw an overall good. It was good overall.
It was.
It was a good premiere show on Netflix. It felt really good. Like Netflix is gonna do them so well. I see it being good.
Hmm.
Netflix got the budget. Their new graphics showed us that they got the budget. Their graphics
Yes.
for when they're showing the next matches that are coming up, their overlays top tier. Their freaking screen grabs
This
for
ain't UPN. This is picking Netflix. They got
yeah.
money. They got money.
They got
They got money hand
this
to
ain't
fist.
this
Hand
ain't
over
you know
fist.
your local
Yeah.
broadcasting. This is
This
Netflix.
ain't AWA or something like that. This is
They finna
freaking.
they're doing so good, and then like they have the budget to do these things,
Hmm.
and I think eventually they're gonna pull all them over there. If they're if
If Triple H keep delivering the way he does,
they're gonna pull all their shows over there, even all three main shows are gonna be over there.
Yeah.
I can see it.
keep the PLEs on Peacock.
They take everything though. We ain't got
Look,
to
we just now can handle the 3 hour
right.
shows, the 2 hour shows. Don't bring us the PLE shit, cause my shit start lagging, I'ma go crazy.
Listen, and I didn't have any connection issue whatsoever
None.
that entire time. So definitely, I know you're gonna do it. I'm proud of you. Good job. I'll give it to you. You gonna give you your snaps all around. I know you're gonna do the
Laps
same.
for Netflix. Alrighty, so that was Monday night on Netflix. NXT comes from the CW. We don't know how long they're gonna be on there because you know how CW like to cycle out shows.
Yeah.
So let's enjoy them while they there. So the first match up was Roxanne Perez versus Julia for the NXT Women's title. I love me some Roxanne. Y'all know I'm an AJ Lee stan, and she
She's
gives
a
me
cutie.
AJ Lee vibes all the way. Julia's pretty nice. Julia's nice too. I didn't get a chance to fully watch the match but from what I saw, I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that. But shout out to our new NXT Women's Champion, Julia. Hopefully, we
I
see move up with Roxanne.
I definitely think they're gonna move her up. I can definitely see her moving up.
She's going to the Rumble.
Yeah, I
That's
definitely
what they
think.
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Um, I was over Roxanne being champion. She done plowed through everybody in their division at this point.
Yes.
She did the
Her,
same thing Rhea did for
yeah,
a
and
while.
I was over it. So it's just the fact of give the girls some competition, or move her to where it's main card where the competition is supposed to be harder.
And
So
please don't move her up and just have her shuffled in the background. I hate when they do that. They have them so built up and so hyped on NXT. That's my problem, Hunter. Because it ain't Sean, it's you.
I don't think Triple H
Don't
is gonna
move
do
these
that
folks
because
up from NXT and then just have them shuffled into the background with everybody else. We know what they can do. Just don't put them on a roster to not do nothing.
true.
I don't think Triple H is gonna do that. I think he understands from what the way Vince used to do him with that. Like he would build up NXT people, and then Vince would destroy him on the main roster. I think he has a little bit more respect for Sean,
I think
that
also
as his friend and also as his work.
his colleague,
His colleague, his work colleague. He respects him more, like not to do him wrong.
because you can see my number one example for that was Keith Lee. Keith Lee
Mm-hmm.
dominated on NXT. I literally followed Keith Lee on NXT, and I'm like, dude is gonna kill it on the main roster, and you couldn't book him on the main roster. I'm like, what are you doing? Why do you take him as a two-time champion at the same time in NXT, and then bring him up to the main card, and then you don't know what to do with him?
Same thing with Adam Cole. Adam Cole didn't want to come up to the main roster. Neither did Tommaso. Neither really wanted to come up because they were afraid of thinking how Vince would book them.
And look at Tommaso. I mean, I can understand his
Out here being a dastardly
frustration,
dude.
and it makes me mad because I love Tommaso.
That's my boy. Shout out to Tommaso.
Mhm.
Mm.
So it was nice to let somebody else get a chance instead of getting plowed through for nothing.
I'm not sure where the NXT Heritage Cup came from. I do know Metaphor had it first before them. Um, I don't. Lexus, he cool. I just can't get past his hair.
You know who he is,
Um,
right?
I know he's generational. I can't remember whose
The son of
son
Brian
he is.
Pillman.
Okay,
Yeah, he's the one that
I could.
gave
I was thinking
Stone
of the
Cold
face. I couldn't
training.
put the name.
Yep, Brian Pillman. R.I.P.
Yeah, I just know that's the man that gave Stone Cold his chain, and Stone Cold got into a bar fight one time, and they ripped the chain off, and he went back to find it. He said, "Give me my shit back. I need my chain. I don't care about nothing else. Give me my chain, Debo." Trophy that they keep for a year. So kind of like that, what they're doing with the one at
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel. Yeah,
That is an ugly title.
that title is humongous.
Yes, but
I'd rather them have a trophy than that big ass iPad.
I bet you it's a. I bet that thing costs a lot of money to make.
It's like three of these.
I bet that thing costs a lot to make though.
But I think they only made the
A
two. They
lot.
only made the two because they
Yes.
keep it over there. Because you
Yeah,
would
they
have
keep
to
them in Saudi
you would have
Arabia.
to claim it to bring it up like back and
Yes.
forth. Because I'm pretty sure that thing is pretty penny. And then all that's for you just to get a ring at the end of it. I would listen. You can let me take all my pictures in my belt, and then
I'm gonna take a picture with that belt doing everything. Eating, taking a shower with it, everything. Having drinks with it.
I would
I'm gonna take it to my
definitely,
local bar. Like, you know.
I would definitely be like, hey, since I want it, can I get a replica one that I can keep at home, like with my, like on my, you know how I think most
I'm
wrestlers
sure
keep
they
a,
gave them one.
I feel like most wrestlers keep a, this is your first belt that you want. I want a replica belt made for this for my, like my trophy case type thing.
Yeah,
So I would want one. I want this made, especially since it's not coming back home with me.
yeah. Because I, before I give that back to the Saudis, I'm taking pictures of me in the shower. You're gonna see me booty out naked. That's what the title on me. Just
You taking that everywhere.
heck yeah. I'm taking to the bathroom, the breakfast at the hotel. Anywhere I go.
The last match, well, the next match after that, I think Trick was the main event, but there was another match, Tatum, Gigi and Shotzi versus Fatal Influence, formerly known as Toxic Attraction. They
Shotzi
just
was a
changed
lead.
out the people.
Shotzi left for a little bit. She had some family issues, so she left for a little bit. So when she came back, she went back to NXT.
Ah.
So yeah,
Hmm.
I love Shotzi. I like her
Yeah.
firecracker type vibe that I get from, like, she's so spunky, and so I love Shotzi in general. So I just love how she's always all over the place,
She's
but
kind of
like
crazy.
it gives like EO, and then also like you know how EO Oscar mixed together.
Hmm.
That's what I get from Shotzi. Like she's like, let me do the high flying that EO would do. Let me do the crazy stuff that Oscar would do. That's the vibe that I get from her. And she always looks like shots. I watch Shotzi matches, and when she gets going, Shotzi gets going.
Hmm.
So it felt really good to see Shotzi um having looked like she having fun back, feeling good, back in the saddle,
Yes.
doing her thing. So it felt really good seeing her.
This trio that they have her in, I'm obsessed with because they're giving me my creepy goth girl fantasies.
Yes,
And with Gigi and Tatum, Gigi got the, well, was it Shotzi that got the pin
yes.
over? Shotzi got the pin over the North American champ. So maybe we'll see her in the title picture at some point.
Because I just pinned you.
But yeah. So
Stephanie may
overall,
have
it was
just
a good match from what I saw.
Stephanie may have just won as number one contender, but keep it in mind that I just beat you. So when
Yes.
Stephanie done, here I come. That's
Yes.
what I would get from her.
Main event, Trick versus Oba versus Eddie
Yeah.
for the NXT championship. Whoop that Trick.
You know, I love I love Trick's intro. It makes me happy. Um, I was hype about this match. I didn't care who won besides, what was it? Who's the extra
Eddie
contender?
Eddie, what's his name? Last name? I can't remember his last name off the top of my head.
Andy could have stayed out of it.
I
Let me
think he
see.
was only thrown in it because he uh I know Eddie and Trick had a match prior to this, and it ended with Trick winning, but Eddie felt like Trick should have won that match. So that's
I
how it turned into a triple threat.
Okay. So I think the match was good. Skills shown all around.
Mhm.
I was fine with Trick winning or Obafemi winning. I think they both
Mhm.
are excellent wrestlers. I no offense to Eddie, but like I was looking forward to them two battling it out. Um,
Yeah,
a little sad to see Trick lose his title.
Yeah, but he's going to the main
I
roster.
definitely think he's gonna go to the
mhm.
main roster.
Heck yeah.
But see the title on Obafemi, I can't complain. You girl, I can't complain. I'm hyped for it.
That
I'm
looks nice
super hyped
too.
for it. It definitely does. And the only sad part about Trick moving to the main roster is that Booker T is not on the main roster, and I simply want Booker T to be there just for Trick's
They gonna
entrance
have to re-record his music
because
and just add Booker ad libs.
because the whoop that Trick in itself is funny. But it's even funnier with Booker T in your ear. Get him, yeah, kill
Uh
him,
huh.
get him.
I like it.
He gonna have to do so. They're gonna have to figure it out because I don't see Michael. Pat might be able to throw it in there, but I don't see Michael, Wade, Joe being able to do that. I don't see it happening. So Pat is probably the only one that can get a live in there and get it, or get you a what's you got from AEW? Prince Nana. He gotta
Yes.
get him a Prince Nana that can get him
Yes.
with a mic that can get him. Uh-huh. Oh, Booker T, you gonna have to just come with him.
Yeah, that's what
Come
I'm
do it.
saying. When he go over to the main roster, Booker gonna have to go with him, and they gonna have to leave Corey down there with that other dude.
Bring Lash. I think Lash can do it too. I think Lash can do background for her man. And I think Lash would do amazing, amazing in the main card.
Yeah,
Because
she
and I
gonna
think
have to figure out what she gonna do with Jakara. Or Jakara gonna have to go down to the performance center and get it together because, like I told you, it's giving the Funkadactyls. It's giving
it,
Naomi and Cameron.
it definitely is. And one of them move up and the other one don't. But I don't want to say that her skill set ain't there because she's definitely grown. Just
Mm-hmm.
keep it up, or you gonna either keep working on it and be her, person, like with what's my girl name, Maxine. But
Yes.
keep working as you figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
and then one time Lash gonna get hit, and you gonna be like, no, you're not gonna hit my girl. Skill, show your skills off.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna say it ain't like she not talented. I don't. It's not that
Yeah, she got the skill set. She just needs to
she don't have the skill set for the main roster.
right. So if they move up, then if Lash moves up, I feel like they're gonna leave Jakar behind. But I feel like Lash is that friend for her that's like, no, you
She gonna be
coming with
like,
me.
"This is what we finna do." Cause I know they thinking about moving me up. I mean, you finna be in the gym. We finna get this working. So when I move, you can move with me. They can see it
Just like that.
just like that. That's me. But some people, we just friends because we got put together. Don't know.
Mhm.
But if it's my bestie, let's go to the gym. We finna do this thing so we both can move up. Cause I ain't going if
Mhm.
my best friend ain't going. I'll stay down here for a little bit. Let me get my stuff together.
My bad, spirit. If I get the
No,
opportunity, I'm
You
out.
leave it
no.
said behind.
Man, I leave anybody.
No,
behind this
he
time.
is not. He is
If
not.
I
He
get the
is not.
opportunity,
No.
like
He
you know what I'm saying, you only get one
Look,
shot.
if you
you
can't
with
wrestle, you
me.
coming with me in some type of capacity. You could be my manager.
Yeah, you can be my
Uh,
like Nana. Just you can just dance and stuff. I don't care
word
what
when
you
I
do.
drive. That's what you could be.
Yeah,
Uh, what do you give the overall for NXT?
Um, I'm gonna give it a 8 right now, and that's simply because I've only watched highlight. That might change once I go actually get a chance to watch the whole show. But most of my faves are on NXT just because Sean be out here with the nose of a bloodhound finding these talents.
Yeah,
And I hate the whole them getting moved up and getting lost in the shuffle because we see how talented they are on NXT and then they get to the main roster and it's not them, it's just poor booking. They
yeah.
come at the wrong times and like all the storylines are already started and you can't just simply throw them in anywhere.
But it's also the thing that bothers me is that you have enough time for
Mhm.
multiple storylines to be happening. And it's like, you have 3 hours. How is it that I can watch Young and the Restless and they got 45 storylines
Girl,
happening
for 1 hour.
Grey's
in one
Anatomy
hour?
got 15 storylines at one time.
You can have multiple storylines
Don't get
happening.
me
And you
started on the
have
show.
3 hours, and you're telling me that you can't make multiple things happen in 3 hours? Or even if the segments are 15 minutes apiece or 20, you still got multiple times to do it.
Smackdown. The promo with Cody and Heyman. I enjoyed it a lot. I
Mhm.
love Haven, anyways. So for me, I'm like, all right, cool. And like them two going back and forth. Roman wants his title back. He got his Ula Fala back. I was like saying that. Ula Fala, Ula Fala, Ula Fala. Anyways, Ula Fala. Okay, I'm done. Ula Fala. Okay, yeah. And he's like, now he wants the title back. He's gonna go to the Rumble where on everything good and holy, if we see Cody and Roman again in the main event at WrestleMania, I am going to WWE headquarters, fighting Hunter, and him and me. We're gonna have a misunderstanding. There's gonna be some furniture moving between him and me. I cannot take that again.
I don't want to do a three-peat.
They do so many three-peats. They did Roman and Brock. They did Undertaker with Triple H. Undertaker with Michaels. I can name a lot of three-peats.
I'm saying, but I don't think they're going to do in modern day, like now, a three-peat.
If
I
they
think
do, I
Oh, Cody
swear on
winning the
everything to the
Rumble?
holy.
no with
Roman.
Roman and Cody again at WrestleMania because this will be the third
Oh,
year in a
don't
row.
open that book back up.
I don't think
Yes.
they're going to do that.
It's dead.
I definitely think that it's going to be Cody and Kevin. That's what I'm feeling.
Yes. Then Kevin had to. He had to interrupt. I love Cody. Cody's my boy because he just shows big boys like me can wrestle.
You mean Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin's my boy. KO is my boy because he's just a big boy and he can wrestle. He can move. And with them two, it's on site with those 2 and I love that because sometimes it has to be like that with people. People piss you off bad enough that it's just on site. Whenever, anytime I see them, there's just some furniture moving up in that joint, and I like it.
It's also like as soon as Kevin started talking, Cody's like, "Oh my goodness,
You just
bro."
saw the twitch in his eyes, like that crazy just kicked in, like that Randy Orton kicked in his head. He's like, oh
He's
yeah.
like, I'm trying to conduct business out here, and here you go again, interrupting my business.
He's like, bruh.
Let me do my business.
Funniest thing that happened that whole night. LA Knight checking freaking Jacob from the arena. He didn't use his inside voice, so I had to take him out of it.
Now,
Had me laughing so hard, treating him like a child.
the funny part of is Nick is just like,
He over there sniggling in the corner.
I got a title to win. Yeah.
it's like Nick said about damn time somebody got him. Nick,
This
you're the
is your
boss.
show.
You're the boss man.
You're the
You were wrestling. You know how to wrestle. It's not like you were Teddy Long or somebody who can't wrestle. You know how to wrestle. You held the 10 pounds of gold multiple times. You know how to do this. So you could have just took him, put him in a headlock, and just threw him out the building if you wanted to.
That's another thing I don't understand. These folks, these general managers, Adam used to wrestle too.
Yeah, he
So why
also
ain't you
helped
fighting these folks back?
He be letting these people talk crazy to him, do tsunamis on people, just keep doing stuff. And I'm like, get your show under control.
Fun fact about Adam Pearce, he also held the 10 pounds of gold, the NWA title, and he's one of the longest ones to hold it in the modern era of the NWA. Yep, he held that title for a long time.
So why you be over here acting like you don't know what you're doing?
He knows how to wrestle. So does Nick. Nick
Because
Aldis.
he's in
His
HR
wife is
now.
Maria.
no. Nick Aldis. His wife is
Isn't that Maria?
Mickey James.
nah, the crazy lady.
LA is funny. I like when he does. I'm sorry. His title reign got stale.
Yes, I hate to say it.
Yes.
It did.
Mm.
But I do like him a lot, though.
Saying that he's not great. I just think his title reign got stale, so they needed to take the title off to give him more oomph again.
Anywho, Chelsea beat Meechin with Piper's distraction and the counter roll up. I'm kind of tired of. I like Chelsea. I like her a lot. She got over organically, and I love that about her.
I'm proud of her that she literally her husband did the same thing.
Piper, yeah, she's alright. But Meechin,
I like Meechin.
She's alright too.
I think
I'm still kind of a hater on her.
You're a hater because she married Keith Lee.
Yeah. Forget you, Keith.
No.
Meechin.
I don't like the sister, so.
So
Big E call me.
But Chelsea, I love her because she got like her husband got through organically. She just being her own self, and like people like her for that. And I like her title reign so far. I really hope she keeps it for a long time, at least uh, maybe till SummerSlam, and maybe around SummerSlam
I
is
don't see her holding that title that long. 'Cause
okay. Then maybe after Mania. What's the next one after Mania? Money in the Bank?
Backlash, because it's
Oh yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
Backlash.
Uh huh.
Hmm.
I I no hate Chelsea. She's adorable. Think she's cute, but I get diva in women's wrestling, and we are supposed to be progressing to not be in that area. And she can rest. It's just the ditziness of it all that pisses me off. Um, I like Chelsea as a personality. Personality, I like Chelsea like that. But her in ring stuff has not shown me her finisher. I'm gonna give her that. Love the finisher. But for you to win off of that roll up didn't make sense to me. And so, like most of the time, roll ups piss me off as a finisher. I think it's a cheap way out.
I just want to know why they thought a crossbody was going to take her out. A crossbody's like something from the '80s. Like somebody
Well,
get that in a finishing move,
and
and
it's the
oh
thing
my
that you
god!
body her and then rolled up, and then it didn't make sense. I just like I said, I think a roll up is a cheap way out. So I wanted to see her because Meechin was putting work in that match.
Yeah, she did.
And it
Hmm.
sucks to see. I hate when this happens when somebody is working in a match and then you get a cheap win at the end of it. I don't. I hate it.
I think she'll eventually take the title off of her.
I think that a lot of people, if anybody gonna take it, I think it's gonna be Piper because Piper is always coming to her rescue.
We'll
And
see.
eventually Piper's gonna turn on her.
Yeah,
We'll see.
definitely just like it's already the seed is already planted because let's talk about what party was that when they told Chelsea she needed to leave because
Uh-huh.
she was thinking
Yeah.
after she got put in the dumpster.
Uh
Wasn't it
I can't
Backlash?
remember what party it was, but I know that's backstage and Bianca and
Jay were
Jay was
It, it
like,
was a it was a backlash because remember I made the comment that where they at to go look for them.
that was
It
bad
was
blood.
backlash. Bad blood. Yeah.
because
Bad blood.
and I'm like they said she said Piper you coming Piper is like I'm gonna stay and party so like your girl already ain't got no loyalty
See,
so
get money.
like I can
Get
definitely
money.
see the seed already starting to plant so I know Piper you are too skilled to be somebody's lackey.
That's true.
Hmm.
LA Knight lost because the freaking bloodline coming in because they put the work on him too. They put the work on poor LA until Cody and Jimmy came.
But can we talk about Hilshinsky though?
I like him.
I love Hilshinsky.
Yes.
Uh,
I still get even with his anime samurai uh theme song, the song is still there.
yeah,
And
he went to Wrestle Noah and he just reinvented himself and finally found himself.
he came back healthy. I mean, even he was healthy before.
It was just a renaissance for him.
Yeah, he came back refreshed and ready to go. And I just love that when they can take time off and come back and then they're better and ready to work. So like, I mean, that's what everybody needs when you're at work and you're burnt out and then you're like, I need a vacation. You come back and then you're ready to get back in the saddle.
Yeah,
It definitely felt good. It feels good to see Shinsuke back in his element doing his thing.
and then after that, it's Tippy time. Let me go on my Tiffy.
Go ahead, gloat on your
Oh
tippy.
yeah.
So she let Nia Jack know I wasn't just another dumb blonde. I played you the whole time, boo.
I mean, she really didn't because how many times did she show her that she was going to cash in on her? She didn't play her.
I
We knew that it was going to happen.
I am so glad they took it off Nia Jax. Because there's really no one Nia Jax who's going to beat Nia Jax cleanly anyway. Okay, yes, her skills need improvement.
Yes,
Just like Jade.
yes.
And,
Never
she,
said that she didn't. Yes.
and she's still kind of green. Maybe it wasn't good to put the title on her and to let her get Money in the Bank, but let her enjoy it right now. Let her keep it till Mania, and then let her go back to the basics so she could come back stronger and fight for that title again and become a two-time champion sometime in the near future.
I will give the promo
Oh,
before
she
the
could
match.
kill some promos.
No, the promo before that. Her voice is what pisses me off, and I think that I have a voice that is like chirping birds, but hers gives freaking clawing cats. So like, it's a little scratchy. So, like you hear it, but Naya is what I want to talk about. Don't ever in your life disrespect Naomi like that ever again in your life. When Naomi comes out talking about, I mean, we all gotta win this match. You're not finna just get handed to you, and you irk my girl and say, "Don't nobody care about you." Naomi, I felt that in my soul. I was like, "Oh my god, that was so rude."
And y'all family.
Like that was so rude. That's your cousin. Your cousin said that to you.
And that's the next cookout. There might be an issue.
No, and then you hit Bianca. Bianca, like, what the heck did I do? Bianca didn't even say nothing and got hit. What am I getting hit for?
Bianca was trying to break it up. But I will go back to uh what Matt was talking about Tiffany. I can see why Triple H trusts her with the championship. She held the NXT title before she came over to the main roster. And she did pretty good over there with it. So I see why he put the title on her. Do I think she's gonna have a long title run? No.
Maybe till
Who's she gonna
Mania.
drop it to? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. She might hold it to Mania, and we might get that Charlotte versus Tiffany, and then she's gonna drop it to
No,
Charlotte,
they need it.
and we're gonna go from there.
I definitely think it's gonna be Charlotte, Becky. It's gonna be.
Oh god, I forgot
It's
about
gonna be
Becky.
somebody like on
It's
that.
gonna
That
it's gonna be
I want to
Charlotte and
see more
Tiffany.
people.
I
You're not
mean,
gonna get new people. They're gonna keep reusing the old people.
No, they need to use the newer people.
but they're
They
not.
need to
They're not.
start
They're not doing that though.
start with the newer people. Like let the older people have matches, but let them go against younger talent. But let other people
But you're
carry the
saying you're
title.
saying younger talent, but all the girls, their ages is still in the same range. So
I mean, like the newer chicks.
yeah, you. I
But
understand that.
wait. Becky and Charlotte are way older than the young ladies
Yeah, but
nowadays.
like you want me to hand it to somebody that's younger than me, but not somebody that's put in the same amount of work as me.
True.
Like it's different when it's Hogan, where you can do a leg drop and it's over. But if I'm still finna, Charlotte's still finna give you 100.
Yeah.
Either way, Charlotte's gonna give you 100 in the
I
match.
think she might really slow down now. Her wrestling, since she's been out for so long, I honestly think she's
But
probably gonna slow down
she's
her
been
wrestling
out,
a
but
lot.
she's still been in the gym.
Yeah, but she probably
She's still been
knows.
in wrestling school this whole time.
But she probably knows, hey, my age is gonna be catching up with me soon. Let me slow down because you see, Randy slowed down his wrestling a lot because of his age and injuries. Like people
Charlotte
like are
is
smart.
Charlotte is on the older side
She's
of
older than me, I think.
she's on the older side of women wrestlers. But Charlotte is still very what's the word? Charlotte is still very active
Yeah.
and still has the skill set to do
Agreed.
it. She's
Agreed.
not a older wrestler who is she's not a and no offense because I love Goldberg. She's not Goldberg in the ring where it's I can only hold a 2 minute match.
Yeah.
She can get in there and still have a match. So it's like the same of your age. I don't feel like your age matters in wrestling. Like look at DDP, he came in old.
Yeah. And he won the championship at an older age.
So like I don't think your age is a factor in it if your skill set is still there.
Okay.
Because Rey Mysterio still do the damn thing. He's still flying around the ring like nothing happened. And he got to be the oldest one on the roster.
Yeah, he has to be at least in his 40s by now.
He got to be in the damn near 50.
The four-way for the women's title. I think Naomi should have been put over.
I would have been fine with that. The only thing about that, I love that match. The only thing I did not like is Candice out there.
Yes. What is she doing out there, Candice
She's
LeRae?
still lackey for Nia.
Isn't she what's her name's husband?
Wife.
I mean, wife.
That's Johnny's wife.
Yeah.
She is also the
Johnny
current.
Wrestling.
She is still currently the Speed Women's Champion.
Okay.
So like, you're not even over here focusing on your stuff. You're over here focused on this stuff over here, and like, it didn't. I don't understand. I would have loved to see Naomi go over. So, but she still has a belt right now, so I'm not gonna be upset about it.
And the last match was a tag team match with Jacob and Tonga versus Jamie and Cody. Good match. Went well. KO came out. You know, it's on site with them two. Cody had to go out there and he had to regulate on KO because he's just tired of him and his BS. So they fought, left Jimmy by himself, and Jimmy got pinned by Jacob. I forgot his name for a second.
And that sucks when you're having beef with somebody and you can't focus on your match at hand. So
Mhm.
like,
It be like that sometimes.
not at the point. At that point, let him interfere in the match and let y'all, catch the dub and go about it. But don't leave Jimmy high and dry when Jimmy doesn't help you.
Yeah.
So like, now Jimmy gonna be mad because he gonna be like, bro, you left me while I was sitting here doing this. So it kind of sucks.
Like, come on, Oos.
But like,
He just wasn't feeling Oosy that night.
he apparently he wasn't. And then at the end of it, you're over here getting your ass whooped in the corner by Kevin. So like, and then like I was confused at like why it wasn't a DQ, but I understand that like on camera it was never shown that Kevin hit Cody during the match. He only hit him once the bell rung. They hit in the back. But I feel like once we out here scrapping, it's a DQ at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SmackDown was pretty good. I liked it. It was good.
It kind of, I don't, I mean, it still rode the wave. I think this week with WWE was good. I think they did really good coming off the high of Raw, and then like NXT doing what was it? New Year's was that New
New
Year's
Year's
Evil?
New
Evil. Yeah.
Year's
Do,
Evil.
yeah, doing New Year's Evil, and then SmackDown being the SmackDown show. That I think they did really good coming for just this week alone. I think they did really good.
And Solo comes back next week, so we'll have a lot to talk about when Solo comes
So
back.
I
We
think
gonna figure
progress
out why Jacob didn't say it back tonight,
right.
last
I
night.
think this week
You don't love him no more. That's how relationships go sometimes. They just fizzle out.
I think this week was good, and then it gives them plenty of time. I mean, like structure to continue doing this. Like ride this wave, keep doing it, keep building, keep doing all this. I mean, like obviously there are going to be low matches. I mean, there were low matches with this week, but it's I still feel like they ended on a high note.
They did.
The whole week.
Agreed.
What match of the week would you pick as your favorite that happened out of the whole week? What do you think your favorite was?
Roman and Jacob.
Roman and Jake.
I mean, Roman and Solo.
I think that was a good match. I personally liked Rhea and Liv, but that's just I'm just a Rhea stan at this point. So
I was gonna say I agree with you with Roman and Solo. That was a really good match. I'm also tied with Roxanne and Julia just because I love me some Roxanne. Roxanne,
I
Roxanne,
do too.
Roxanne.
I think the storytelling in the Roman and Solo was really good. The
Yep.
storytelling was
And he got
amazing.
back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he got back? The ula pala, ula pala, ula pala, ula pala, ula
What LA
pala.
call it? A oofalafel.
Yeah.
um, Also, one of our things that we do is get into the gear. I love watching everybody's gear throughout the week. So I had a couple thing ones that stood out to me. Bianca's gear is always gonna stand out to me because who else is at home making their own gear? Sunflowers was hitting. I know, Tony. I know you love sunflowers. I know that was
Yes.
you saw it, and I know you were like, "Ooh, my girl."
I text
But
you. I said, Bianca got on sunflowers tonight.
so yeah, see, her and sunflowers was so good. One of my standouts that I have started loving her gear is Kaylani Jordan NXT.
Mm-hmm.
That pink chef's kiss. I loved it. It looked so good. Um, I also like Gigi. She had a little feather. outfit on. It was cute, and
Mm-hmm.
also Cody Jerome Rhodes in his three piece. Uh, I always like his three piece. It's not geared, but it's geared
Cody
to
have some nice suits.
Cody is
He's
always
short,
dressed down to the.
just like his dad was.
Cody looks good and he always looks good. And he Friday he didn't have on three piece. It was still like two piece, but it was
Mm-hmm.
still the best and everything. So I think thought it looked good. I always this is a weird one for me. I always love the rock shirts. I
Him and his
I always
God
love his
Almighty.
wacky tacky shirts and things. So I
Mm-mm. Rock be
love
flying to Miami to get them shirts.
he getting them right from the border from Cuba. He getting them. Come here, bring him. What you got for me? He always got something, and I love to see his shirts. And like half the time, shirt ain't even buttoned up. I'm like, oh, this is smooth. I like this. Like, I just love his freaking shirts. So I just love looking at the gear. Seeing, I also try to figure out like where the gear is inspired from. I'm thinking Seth on Monday. I'm still thinking getting Stranger Things vibe from
He
him.
was giving yeah, he was getting a little
Vecna,
monster off Stranger
yeah,
Thing.
he was definitely giving Vecna on Monday. Not sure if that's what he was going for, but I loved it. It was so good. So,
I like the referee shirts.
uh,
Them things are
Mhm.
nice.
uh,
They moved away from the zebra.
yeah. How do y'all feel about the mats on the floor?
And, you know,
I I thought
You
it was
gotta
just
have it
like
because of the sponsorship, I
yeah,
guess.
makes
gotta
But
make that money.
I thought it was just gonna be on Monday. Oh, they're checking this stuff out, and then they kept doing it. I'm like, oh, okay. So like, I don't hate it. Um, I like that they didn't go. For some reason, I thought on Friday theirs is more gray blue
hmm
to me. So I'm glad they didn't go for like their Smackdown blue color. So I'm glad they didn't do that. So, do you have a promo this week that you liked?
I like the Heyman Cody one on SmackDown. But I just like the way those two interact anyways.
Heyman is
I always
good.
like Heyman.
Heyman is so good on the mic. He is a
maybe said,
wonderful.
"What do you want to talk about?"
I love when Cody does that. That is the stupidest, funniest shit ever. I think having Heyman as a mouthpiece is always gonna work out for you.
It
So
didn't work out for everybody.
who didn't work out for?
Curtis Axel,
That's because Curtis Axel didn't work out.
Ryback,
You can't blame Heyman. You can't blame Heyman on Ryback.
Ryback.
I
Let's
mean, you
see
can't blame Ryback
who
on
else.
Heyman.
Let's see who else was a Heyman guy. CM Punk was a Heyman guy. It
It
worked well
worked
for
out for
him.
him.
Brock
Brock,
Lesnar was a Heyman guy. Not kidding. It really worked
no,
out for him.
definitely worked out for Brock.
Roman too.
Exactly. So I think it works out a lot, and I think just having somebody that is suave on the mic like that with you, and y'all can banter back and forth. I think that is so amazing that y'all just feed off the crowd. Too bad they got
Mhm.
interrupted, and then you get Kevin. Kevin always gives me very passionate about whatever he's talking about. Always, because he always runs out of breath. So I feel like he's definitely pulling from inside him.
He's very passionate about what he
Yeah,
does.
his don't ever
hmm
seem like scripted. His always seem like Kevin. I want you to talk about this subject, and then he goes off with that. Just like the one he did with Shane that time when they kept
Yes.
cutting his mic off.
Mm-hmm.
That one seemed like from
The heart.
this is how I
Yeah.
feel, and
hmm
that's what I'm doing. So yeah.
My favorite promo was, of course, Jacob. And Jacob always be commanding the room when he be
Mm-hmm.
talking. Like I said, I peeped that he did not show his love to Solo. So we'll see how that goes. My favorite line, I had to write this one down. I had to put this one in the phone. Hey, Big Jim, the difference between our bloodline and your bloodline is that they left your ass on the front line to deadline. My boy became a whole poet out here. Jacob always, I love hearing Jacob on the mic. I don't think they need to keep giving him the mic because he just be Jacob say what's on his mind.
Mm-hmm.
The mind of a
But
I think it's so good, like because people don't expect him to be. They just expect him to say "I love you" so much. Him say anything else, it's like, oh, Jacob's talking. So like it does command you to look and be
Uh-huh.
like, oh, what is Jacob
Mhm.
talking about? Just so you can be like, shut the fuck up and listen. So I think, yeah,
The way Jacob cuts promos is what we thought Solo was gonna do when he
exactly.
first started talking.
Mhm.
And now that Solo is talking, we like, okay, baby, be quiet.
Today in history, this is my favorite part of the everything because I'm the Jim Cornette of this group. I love history, and I'm like the historian of wrestling here. I'm the Jim Cornette, but I'm not as. But shout out to Jim, you know. You and me, we cool,
Jim,
bruh.
Jim, Jim, Jim.
In on the 6th, in 1995, the Macho Man, oh yeah, made his debut, made his WCW debut, beating Avalanche. That way he left WC to WCW. He did not want to leave. He wanted to stay in WWE so badly. But Vince did not see him as a wrestler after a certain year. He just lost faith in him. On the 7th, in 2002, Triple H came back to the Gardens. For y'all who don't know, the Madison Square Gardens, the mecca of wrestling in New York, best state in the world, and Manhattan, one of the best cities except Brooklyn. You know, all of Brooklyn. Anyways, came back to a huge pop after his quad injury. I want to let y'all know how much of a gangster Triple H is. Shout out to Triple H, man. Freaking tore your quad during that match. Took a walls of Jericho on the freaking commentator table and kept the match flowing. Did your part. Kept the match going after you popped your freaking quad. And you still wrestled? Man, you just gangster, gangster, man.
And this isn't the first time, and nor the only time that he's done it. Because when he tore favorite favorite pay per view of all time is Backlash 2000 for me. Triple H tore his shoulder or something in that match with him and The Rock. He completed that match.
Yes.
Took multiple chair shots, rock bottom, all this stuff. Stun. I don't know if he took.
No, he didn't take a
I don't think he
stunner.
took a stunner, but I think the only one that got stunner was. I don't even think nobody got stunner. I think
No,
everybody got
he
hit with
was
chairs.
yeah,
He hit everybody with chairs.
he was a slinging the he's slinging that
But
chair.
I like there were multiple chair shots that he received, and he still finished that match without anything, and came back to Raw the next day.
And then he declared himself for the Royal Rumble, won the Rumble that year, and beat Y2J for the undisputed titles that year. And held it until he lost it to Hogan. Okay, I'm gonna throw the 8th and ninth together because they need to go together. On the 8th in 2006, at New Year's Revolution, Cena retained his title in the Elimination Chamber. Afterwards, Vince came out and announced that Edge would be cashing in his Money in the Bank. He beat Cena under 2 minutes, becoming the first person to have successfully cashed in his Money in the Bank title. Contract. Then afterwards, on the same year, on the ninth, on that Raw, after winning, him and Lita had the infamous live sex show, which became the most watched episode of the year. You freaking horn dogs.
And that I remember
My
that.
grandma
That
definitely had to tell me to leave the room.
I was so confused because I'm like, why the fuck is there a bed here? Oh. That's what they finna do. But speaking of Money in the Bank, are you a tell me you finna cash in? I'm gonna cash in on you on this day at this time. Be ready. Are you a I'm gonna come out here and mess with you? I'm gonna cash in. I'm gonna cash in, but not really do it. Or are you a it's happening regardless?
So, are you Big E or Seth, pretty much?
No. Are you Big E? Are you E? Are you Liv? Because I like Liv. Liv didn't play no games. She got hers to say night.
But Tiff kept joking with her.
Or are you Tiff?
I'm Liv. I'm not telling you
Okay.
when I'm cashing in.
I'm
Just
Big
know, and
E.
I'm not even gonna give you no indications of who it's gonna be. In my mind, if it makes sense, I'm cashing in on you. You'll
If you don't
figure
know,
out after the fact.
listen, I don't cash in on the Intercontinental Champion. You didn't even know, and I'm a woman. Excuse me. Let me have that real quick.
Give me that WWE United States Championship.
Hey, give me real. If you ever win, you're the only one that can pull it off. Go get one of the
Yes.
men's. Go do it. What they gonna do?
I'm a biggie.
Because they can't beat you up.
Gonna let you know.
Hey,
I'm gonna let you know.
what?
The way I am.
It's an honor thing.
Yes.
Hey, I'm coming for your belt tonight.
Just like Big E did.
No,
He did it as an honor thing. Hey,
no.
He said, "Don't matter who win,
I'm
I'm
gonna be
coming
out
for
there.
that title."
He's like, I'm hurt. No, no. I told you. Here I am. I'm here to collect.
on the 10th in 2000, Bret Hart would wrestle his last match as a full-time wrestler following his post-concussions that he had after the super kick from Goldberg. He wrestled Kevin Nash to a no contest. Background: Goldberg and Bret Hart had a match. Goldberg super kicked him, but that was more of a donkey kick. When he did it, he put everything in that kick. Scrambled freaking Bret's brains. And like, after that, he struggled so much and tried to wrestle for months after this happened. And he just like, I can't do it anymore. Like this, yeah, like he wasn't the same. And he still cannot stand Goldberg to this day. Like he will talk as much smack as he can about Goldberg. And this was in 2000. So what 24 years later, and he's still talking smack.
25 years later.
25, excuse me. What 25 years later, and he's still talking smack about this dude, how much he can't stand him.
Yeah, like that's beef. That's a forever beef. I mean, I would have beef with you forever too.
You took my money. You screwed my money up.
You know how I feel because I'm the same way with Stone Cold and Owen. You're gonna have to beef with me forever.
Oh, it's a forever thing.
I'm sorry. Owen has now met to the afterlife. When we get to the afterlife, we still beef. I'm gonna stun you as soon as I get to heaven. I got you. No,
Because it's on site.
period. And you didn't even have the decency to call me and apologize until somebody else told you to come apologize to me. No.
The 11th in 93, Bars War was held in the Hammerstein Ballroom in Manhattan, New York, and would become the longest episodic TV series. And on that day, Yoko beat Coco Beware in the first Raw match. And in the main event, The Undertaker beat Damien Demento in his very first Raw main event. Birthdays for this week: the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy, I'm sorry that you had to deal with this on Monday.
Right on your birthday week.
New Jack, R.I.P. Chris Canyon, another one, R.I.P. I really feel bad for Chris Canyon, but that's for another day. Bull Buchanan, Jacqueline, Chavo Classic, Rey Mysterio Sr., R.I.P., Ruby Soho, also known as Ruby Riot,
Ruby.
Tamina Suka, and Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh, Tamina, what you doing, girl?
She at
Getting
home chilling.
backstage,
Yeah,
hanging out with the girls.
Right now, what storylines are right now? Where do you see future storylines going right now? So, like, we have, everything that happened this week. Where do you see the stories moving to? So, because I know I hopefully Rhea and Liv are done right now for a little bit. If Rhea, I don't know who's on Raw that who can say they next in line. Don't know. Bring somebody back or move somebody up. Move somebody that Rhea can be like, oh, okay, let's get into, cahoots with.
I feel like we won't see that until Rumble. Whoever wins the Rumble is possibly going to challenge Rhea. I don't see anybody else going out of their way to try to challenge Tiffany, unless it's Nia.
But we know for a fact her and Bailey. Bailey is the number one contender. Y'all already said that y'all think Solo's gonna come back and have beef with Jacob.
Yep, that relationship fizzled. R.I.P. to that relationship.
Okay, I can definitely see that.
That was an odd relationship. Clay used to love her man that much.
Future prediction: I see Gunther dropping his title soon.
I hope so, because it's gotten stale.
I
hate to say it, I love Gunther.
He is not doing anything as champion.
No.
It surprises me. What shows me that he isn't? That was your show Monday. That's your show. You are the leader of Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't even on the card. All you had was a vignette that you had going on. That's it. But you are the champion of this show, and you're not even here. You're not even nothing. You should be the one that should have closed the show.
You also know what's when I was crazy. I forgot Gunther had a title.
Yeah.
I forgot
How many
who the
people are
Intercontinental title was.
like he wasn't even on it?
Nope.
So like he was just in the crowd. So like you're the champion. This is your show, and the only one out here defending their title or doing anything was Liv. Liv was the one that had their belt and was working.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else who had a belt, Bianca and Naomi weren't working.
Nope.
They were in the crowd. Braun was in the crowd. Um,
Gunther had a vignette.
Gunther was not, didn't even show Gunther there, just a vignette. So this was your premiere show, and you weren't even on the card.
That's just crazy.
And that to me is wild because now that shows me that you're not a working champion when Cody is dead. Cody don't sit down at this point.
Yeah,
Like
Mm-hmm.
Cody was, I'm at your show, and this not even my show.
exactly.
Cody was front row center, got a shot out from the Rock, which was still great to me.
Adrenaline
But
in my soul.
but I thought it was great, you know. And I think we're gonna have. I want to see Gunter drop this title. I think it needs to happen.
Gunther.
Don't know to who. I don't want. I don't
To
think.
me.
I don't want Damien to get it back. I mean, I love Damien. I would love to see Damien and Rhea with their titles together.
Come
Because
on, Drew. Hurry up and win the title.
don't piss me off because
On the television,
Drew
yeah,
held it
not
down.
not without people in the
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah,
Drew held it down during COVID. Let's see how he does
give
with
him a chance.
with the crowd. Like with the crowd feeding off of
Because
him.
and I think now at this point it's too late. Well, it's not too late. He's a heel now. Babyface
But we'll
Drew.
still be receptive of him having a title, whether he's a heel or a face.
Thank you.
Babyface Drew deserved that. There is no reason that you kept having CM Punk screw him over, and then for
That
CM
pissed me
Punk,
off.
and it's the
I
fact that
swear, CM Punk
he
wins.
came back. That what confused me. After he got the staples, there was nothing. Like there was no more interaction of between the two of them. So like I'm confused as to how you just let somebody bust your fucking head open like that, and
I swear, if CM Punk wins this heavyweight championship, I'm gonna lose
I think
my
they're gonna give it to
freaking
him. I think
mind.
they're gonna give it to him just to give it to him.
I swear, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind if they give it to him. One, he's too old. You saw in AEW how he was as a champion.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, this ain't gonna work. It's somebody on the walls. Let him have matches. Let him have a couple good beefs here and there. But please don't let him. Hunter, you looking at me, bro? Do not let CM Punk win the heavyweight championship. I don't care if he wins the tag titles. That's fine. Don't let him win anything bigger than the tag titles.
Okay. My
That's my
last
take.
thing is right now with two people in the company right now. Who do you want to? We're gonna do one of these every week. Give me one match you want to see with any two people in the company. I'm gonna do my first, so I'll give y'all time to ponder on that. I want to see Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker. In the match, this has to happen, or it's not gonna make sense. Braun has to hit him with a spear. He gets up, does this thing, ate that spear, and Braun is stressed because right now y'all make it seem like Braun can't nobody beat Braun, and the only one that can beat him was Jay apparently. So,
Oh,
um,
and Sammy.
yeah, only two people that can beat him is Braun and Sammy. I mean Sammy and Jay. So
Shout out to Sammy.
that that has to happen. The spear has to happen, and Jacob basically repel it. Has to happen in the match because that's all that's in his thing. Or like he hit him with a Frankensteiner and he popped right back up. It has to be something like that where everybody would be expecting him to be down and Jacob pop right back up. That's
Okay.
what I want to see in the match.
Okay. And who needs to go over?
Jacob needs to win.
Okay. I want to see Roman against Damien.
Did we not? Have we not seen that?
No, I don't think so. Have we?
No, we have not. Not that I can recall.
That'd be a good
No,
match.
not thinking about it. No, we haven't.
And Damien needs to go over.
I think that would be really cool to see because they both would. I think they both would do great. I think it would be great. I think that would, yeah. I think that would be a good match. You said Damien needs to go over?
Yes.
How's he gonna go? He gonna go over clean?
Yes.
He gonna hit him with a one winged angel and that's it? Or South? No, that's his.
Now the one winged
Or
angel
he
is
does. He does
that's
the one that
Kenny.
looks like a choke slam, but it's not a choke
Yes.
slam. What is that?
I don't know what he calls it, but I want to see him.
South from heaven? Something from heaven. Who do you want to
So
see?
we've already seen this match, but I need to see it. I need to run it back again to its full capacity. Um, Naomi versus Charlotte.
Naomi?
Yes.
Who needs to go over?
I want Naomi to go. I always want Naomi to go over. You know me. But personally, I don't care who would win that match. The last match they had was for the Smackdown Women's Championship, and it was pretty short. But just the athleticism between the two, I enjoyed watching that match. So I need to see I need to see a longer match between them two.
I would also love to see Bianca and Charlotte because the last time they had a match, it
Yes.
ended in DQ. That's a wrap for this week's Hot Tag Report. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Find us on Instagram and TikTok at Hot Tag Report for all the latest updates, news, and bonus content.
Mark your calendars because every Monday we're dropping new episodes, so don't miss them.
Stay in the loop, stay in the fight, and we'll see you next Monday.